Hi, Kelly.
How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for helping my project.
You're welcome, Nate.
I know you play pickleball.
I do.
Is there anything else you can tell me about you?
Well, I'm a songwriter and an artist painter.
That's awesome. What kind of music do you write?
I write a variety of things, story songs, but sort of along the line of Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett, Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown, that kind of thing.
Maybe characterize like a folk music, like around a story type thing.
Sort of like that. I mean, they're understandable songs. Usually have a story, and I write a lot about escapism, beaches, islands, sailing boats.
That's awesome.
So,
how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing the songwriter thing for a little over 20 some years. I played music for a long time before that, not as a songwriter, and then I've been dabbling in art my whole life.
Do you remember what got you into music?
I discovered my dad's guitar hanging in the closet when I was a little kid, and finally he said, if you want to learn to play, you learn to play on my guitar and then we'll get you your first guitar. So, did that, started playing guitar and played from the time I was a little kid, but I didn't start singing until I was way older.
Wow.
So,
do you do public performances?
I do.
Oh, I'd love to see one if you could
just
let me know about it sometime.
Just did a big one last night at Coco's on the Canal.
Oh, that's neat.
And I also have a song called Seven Souls that's about the Columbia tragedy.
Oh, really?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I haven't recorded it yet. Well, it's kind of recorded, I haven't released it yet.
That's neat. I'd be interested in hearing that.
I'll let you hear that, I'll find it.
Talking about space travel, did you know that NASA's planning to go back to the moon?
I think I've heard that, and I kind of tune into that. I've always been a science buff and space, and I think that's amazing that they're going back to the moon and very necessary.
Would you believe that most of the people I talk to, like at coffee shops, on the streets, even around here, don't know we're going back to the moon?
Really? Yeah, I would believe that.
I'm just thinking we get like a really catchy song.
Well, now that's an idea.
On the radio, that might be the thing.
That's an interesting idea. I'll work on that.
When you think about the future of humanity, if you look out like 200 years, do you see us as like a spacefaring civilization with like settlements on other planets and moons and big space hotels and things like that?
I don't think we have a choice because other countries are going to do it if we don't, and we'll be left in the dust, and they'll dominate space and the universe and all that.
And I guess, that was a fear whenever the Russians and the U.S. were going to space, and we sort of made it to the moon first and then quit. And then Russia became more interested in like low Earth orbit and stuff. Do you think people will really see, like if China went to the moon and landed there before us, do you think it would have the same type of impact on sort of the American psyche?
It might jolt the psyche to say, hey, why are we letting them get a hold of the moon and dominate it and own it? And it might, but people are so wrapped up in their devices and TikTok and all that I'm not sure that it'll register to them.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing with the invention of light and how bright the cities have gotten. We've lost our skies and we don't look outside look at the stars and go, what's out there?
That's true. I'm in the country a lot, and I see the stars, and it's always been a great source of mystery to me. Where it ends, where it starts.
If you could, would you take a trip to space?
No.
No. Oh, any particular reason?
My age. It's just not something that... I would love to see the Earth from orbit, but I don't have any desire to do much more than that.
Okay. But if that became possible and was
I wouldn't really, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the idea at all. It just means it's just not something that interests me. I'm interested in my painting, my fly fishing, pickleball, that sort of thing. And I like good food, and it might be really tricky for a while to get good food in space.
Absolutely. Yeah. Actually, even if you had good food, you probably wouldn't be able to enjoy it because...
that's true.
you know, the astronauts talk about the fluid from the lower body already
Right.
like
Right.
blocking their nose, and they can't
Oh,
smell,
that's
and they
right.
lose taste.
Couldn't taste it. Flavors.
They love hot sauces just to be able to break through all that.
Interesting. Wow. I didn't know that, but makes sense.
Well, Kelly, thank you so much for
You're
taking
welcome.
some time to talk to me.
You're welcome.